So October 2020 session, paper 4, variant 1. The question is about the first part is about the empirical formula and the second part is about the molecular formula. Like in the first part, we have to calculate the simplest ratio between the atoms when the percentages are given. So a compound contained 85.7% of a carbon and 14.3% of hydrogen by mass. Calculate the empirical formula of this compound. So to calculate the empirical formula, we follow the steps. I will use the space. So what are the steps? The first step. What is the first step if I want to calculate the empirical formula? What I will
Divide
do?
by relative atomic mass.
So I will divide by relative atomic mass. So I will divide using a periodic table. Carbon is 12 and hydrogen is 1. So 85.7 divided by 12. What's the answer? 85.7 divided by 12. That is step 1.
7.141.
So step 1, we divide by atomic mass. So 85.7 divided by 7.141. So this one, when we divide 7.141 and 14.3 divided by 1, that will be same. What is step 2? If we want to calculate the empirical formula, we divide by the smallest value. So which one is the smallest value in the combination? That is 7.141. So 7.141 and 7.141. When we divide both of them by the smallest value, so this will be 1 and 14.3 divided by 7.141.
2.
So it will be 2. So what is the empirical formula? The simplest ratio, like it contains 1 carbon atom and it contains 2 hydrogen atoms. So empirical formula is CH2. Then how we can work out the molecular formula?
Empirical formula multiplied by n.
So the empirical formula multiplied by n will give us the molecular formula. And empirical formula we already calculated, which was CH2 in the previous part. How to get the value of n? The value of n is actually relative molecular mass divided by empirical mass. So molecular mass of this molecule is given 112. How to get the empirical mass? We get from empirical formula. It contains 1 carbon, that is 12, and it contains 2 hydrogen, so 1 multiplied by 2. So total 112 divided by 14. So if 112 divided by 14, what's the final answer?
8.
This. So value of n is equals to 8. So in place of n, we'll write 8. So it is CH2 in a bracket 8. So this 8 is multiplied with carbon. This 8 is multiplied with hydrogen. So it will be C8 and H16. So this is the molecular formula of compound. So using the percentage by mass, first we divide by atomic mass, then we divide by smallest value, and then we took this in, like either we have to round off in this step 3, or we have to multiply by any specific number so that we'll get the simplest ratio in a whole number. So that was empirical formula. From empirical formula multiplied by n, we got the molecular formula.